Welcome to this edition of The Hill with April Ryan. There's a lot to talk about. Let's get right to it. As the number of people crossing the southern border is rising, less attention has been given to the staggering number of people who are staying in this country longer after their visas have expired. According to the numbers released by the Department of Homeland Security, in 2022, over 850,000 people overstayed their visas in this country. That is more than double the rate in previous years.
And he's the first to recognize that the system right now is broken. He doesn't believe walls are the answer, but he does believe that increased border security is required. In fact, as part of his supplemental request was going to add 1,300 extra Border Patrol agents down there and some additional asylum officers. He also believes that we've got to continue to reform and improve the way earned pathway to citizenship is done.
Nana Gyamfi is the executive director of the Black Alliance for Just Immigration. She says the focus on limiting immigration at the border tends to target people of color. She says those who have visas and overstay them are not necessarily people of color.
So when you look at who is being highlighted as the folks who are quote unquote here illegally, that are being attacked by Governor Abbott, for example, it is those Black and brown folks who are coming across the border, who are actually exercising a legal right to request asylum and are not here in any violation of the law. Compare that to where you see the overstaying of visas, where the numbers are much more people who are not Black, who are not brown, who are being permitted to come into this country through visa waivers and who are taking advantage of that situation. And yet they're not the people that are being gone after.
Gyamfi says the debate over visa overstays needs to be part of the national conversation on immigration. In this post-affirmative action era, conservative groups are working to expand the scope and impact of the Supreme Court decision on college admissions. This time, the target is an organization that helps pregnant Black women get prenatal care. Conservative groups are suing to shut down the Abundant Birth Project in San Francisco. They claim the organization illegally discriminates because it gives money only to Black women who die at disproportionately high rates during childbirth. That is the focus of Aftershock, a documentary film that is shining a bright light on this issue of Black maternal health, directed by Tonya Lewis Lee, Spike Lee's wife.
While they may be coming to dismantle the way things are talked about now, I think what's going to happen is we're going to use different kinds of language and different kinds of means to make sure that our community is well taken care of. So, and I think that's happening. I hear people out there talking about, how we approach our, not just our health, our economic wellness, all of it. And I think we are trying to think about ways in which we use language and what we're saying about how we make things equal. But look, these people are really well financed. Let's be clear. They have a lot of money. And so, it is a steep battle, but I do remain optimistic.
According to the CDC, Black infants are twice as likely as white infants to be born prematurely and to die before their first birthday. The College Board has new standards for its AP African American Studies course. The revision to the pilot program is in part due to the controversy caused over the program earlier this year in Florida and Arkansas.
We are still in the pilot, and we are always listening and learning from folks that we aim to serve. So I would say that we pay attention to what students and teachers are sharing with us, and also what faculty are sharing with us about what's most important in this field. We want to make sure that students have an opportunity to earn college credit for the work that they are doing. So we did make adjustments to that clear and principled criticism that we heard about, updates we should make to the framework.
Waters says this program is aimed at students, particularly the underserved, to help them prepare for their college experience. She says there is a bigger impact than just the content of the course. The new COVID vaccine is out, but the number of people getting the latest inoculations are way down, particularly for people of color.
Looking at this new COVID vaccine, which came out about the 22nd of the 22nd of September through December 1st, it looks like about 25 million individuals on the whole have been vaccinated so far in the US. Now, this is a shocking number because if you even assess about 300 million population, this is a very small volume. And we have roughly the same, just a little bit more, about 30 million in terms of flu, or about 6 million for RSV. What that's telling us is systematically it's being underutilized.
Dr. Selvum also says the past is expected to be an indication of the present, with a disproportionate number of Black people not being vaccinated. And that's it for this edition of theGrio's The Hill with April Ryan. See you next time here, where we focus on the news for us and about us. Take care. Peace.